Yeah, I think on paper, Amy and I took this down to here. Bro, what do you mean? It was holding for days. It was paper, that's why, dude. We took, we got out half here, and then when this inversed, we flipped position and went long. And I was gonna scale here, but I never made it, so I got stopped out. Amy called it though. Earlier today, she was like, "I guarantee you, there's gonna be a big move at the end of the day." She was right. It wasn't bad, honestly. All right, so 100 people in here. I guarantee you, somebody in here is struggling with some psychology stuff. So I want to talk about that before we do backtesting, because honestly, we all know that this model is a crazy model. We all know it works. And if your model is nice and your psychology is bad, it's not going to work. So it's a holiday knot. So I see some me's, some me's. So Chris, AI performs better because it lacks emotion. Right. So let's see. Who said me? If you said me and you're struggling with psychology, what are you struggling with specifically? And I'm sharing the chat so we can all see what everybody's saying in here. And my green is bad and I can't take a. Your greed is bad and I can't take a loss. Patience and greed. Okay. I'm greedy. So what do you mean by you're greedy? Trying to trade after missing the move. Okay. So yours would be FOMO. Over trading. So I'm 13 in very emotion. I mean, if you're 13, it's kind of, I feel like it's normal that you're emotional, yo. All right, so I'm seeing, let me just go back up. Patience and greed, patience for the right setups, trying to find a trade after missing the move, over trading, fear of losing. Yeah, that's mine right now, Bert. That's the one I've been dealing with lately. Self doubt, patient for the right setups, definitely for me. Okay. So let's just do this a little better. We're going to start with patience and greed since I've seen that a few times. So let's start with just the first. Let's start with patience. What do you mean by patience? So I'm gonna come back to stuff that people are typing, but I can only do this one piece at a time. I feel like it'll be better. So, what do you mean by you struggle with patience? Waiting for the A plus inverse. Patience is waiting for the trade to develop or waiting for the trade to play out. Okay, so when you are struggling with patience, what do you do? What does it cause you to do? Overtrade? Having too much patience? I will hit that with a 100. Overtrade, take subpar setups, dopamine addiction. I will also 100 that because I'm living a life of sobriety, so I understand. So, let me ask you this. What's up, trade boy? When you get impatient and you start over trading, how does that make you feel? Do you feel stressed out? Like I'm moving backwards? Okay. Nervous, edgy, stressed? Like I'm not good enough to be a trader? Okay, this is good. Annoyed and irritated? Okay. Like I went back to my toxic ex? Okay. Ruins my whole day for real, for real. So, let me ask you this. When you start feeling impatient, do you recognize it? Do you recognize when you start feeling it? Or all of a sudden you just black out and like you just click the button? You feel it? Recognize but can't stop. How many payouts till I consider myself profitable? I don't know if it'd be a number of payouts, but it'd be how frequently you can get them. And that's all I'm going to say about that real fast, but then I'm going to get back to this. I feel the plays I'm taking are good, but in hindsight, they aren't great. I get to a point where I just don't care. Boy, my accounts. Thank you, Rico. Well, I'm trying to, I'm not the guy that knows all the answers. We got to come up with the answers together, and you got to figure out. Everybody is different. So, 7 people might be struggling with patience, right? But all 7 people might handle it differently. So, I don't aim for any R's per month. I just want to execute properly. This is going to sound weird, but something that helped me a lot with impatience, overtrading, impulse control is doing something else at the computer that takes focus, but not too much. I set alerts and play online chess and only glance at the chart every 5 minutes when I see levels hit. But trading's not about how much you do, it's about how much dumb shit you don't do. Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So listen, I'm just going to say, because I don't know how everybody else can handle it, but for me, when I start feeling impatient, right? And Amy can vouch for this, but when I start feeling impatient, I literally stand up out of my chair and say out loud, yo, I'm feeling impatient and I have to walk away for a while. And like, dude, you know how many times that happens and then I walk away for a while thinking I'm doing the right thing and then come back and see that there's a banger on the chart and then my psychology is torched more? Has that happened to you? Nah, but seriously. So that might be one thing that works for me, right? I just completely walk away from my computer. I can't push the button if I'm not on my computer. Go outside, walk around, just kind of shrug it off, and then I don't come back until I don't feel that anymore. No, that's just something that I do. What are some things that you guys think you could do when you start feeling that? Because when you start feeling that, I guarantee you just pressing the button and giving in to that feeling doesn't go very well most of the time. How big of a role is backtesting on a weekly or monthly basis? I would say do it regularly, especially if you're newer. Self-harm, bro, relax. Go for a tug, bro, relax. Fill out job apps. Hey, I mean that's a humbling one, right? When you start feeling impatient, do chores. Yeah. So one thing, yeah, that's a good point, Fahrenheit. One thing you can do is walk away and do something that's quick and gives a positive response back before you come back. Walk away, do something productive, just quick and easy, feels good, and then come back. Yeah, journaling's good too. So I've done all kinds of things. Like I got papers taped on my wall. I got sticky notes right here. Like on the back of my chart, I have freedom right here because when I start feeling like being dumb, I look at this and realize what I'll give up by giving in, right? The people that are being unprofessional, I'm just ignoring because if they don't want to lock in, I don't care. That's going to be their issue that they can't get past. I write down lines, do 10 push-ups. I hate when people ask me how my trading is going, then I wish I never said anything. Okay, that is a tough one. Literally just say it's going all right. What I've been saying is I'm studying still. That's what I like to say. I'm studying still. Like, yeah, I'm studying. Don't worry about it. Paper trading, so psychology is different. Yeah. So I always blame Trump for the news. I think a lot of us have been doing that lately, and it's kind of been true. So whatever. Um, but yeah. So for the patience part, you got to find something that you can do that completely separates you from the chart. Because what you're doing is you're sitting here staring and you're getting in a trance. Okay? Like you're literally getting in a trance where you're just watching these candles print and thinking that you're seeing setups that are not good. Because you're just in a trance. And sometimes you need to break that trance and literally just walk away. Even if you don't do anything specific. Walk away and just start a timer or something. Like, dude, just give yourself 5 or 10 minutes to snap out of that feeling you're in. Right? Because if you try and fix that feeling of impatience by pushing the button, it's barely ever going to work. Trust. And I feel like you know that, otherwise you wouldn't be saying that that's an issue. Muted? Liar. How about now? Is audio good? If you can't hear, maybe leave and come back. Nah, I'm not gonna let the audio trolls get me. Someone else told me, yeah. So, that's another good point. Okay, see, this is why I wanted to do this, so we can all talk and we can all have input. Someone told me to zoom out of the time frame you're in and see how many moves the market make for FOMO. So, if you're sitting here watching the freaking 30-second chart, right? You might be seeing stuff like this, stuff like this, stuff like, you know what? I mean, dude, we're so bullish every long setup works, so that's a terrible example, but whatever. Literally zoom out a little bit, you know? So you're not seeing so much movement in such a short amount of time. Maybe make yourself not take any inverses under 2 minutes. You know? Okay. Any other ideas for dealing with patience? Let's hear it. Because then we're going to move to greed. Over trading. Okay, wait. Let's write this one down too. So that we can come back to that. Think of the long-term goal, right? The worst is waiting for like 2 days for a setup, then it loses. Yeah, it's not the best feeling. You're right. A couple of mentorship students and I have made an accountability chat that we were transparent. Yeah, I got a server like that a lot of people from the dungeon are in that we've been doing for since like probably December or something. Uh, I don't know. It's kind of low key. We're not really inviting people. I don't want to like promo something else. I know, dude. I should have done that, bro. I regret it so bad, dude. I just broke the rules of Fight Club, dude. Gosh dang it, dude. Rule number 1, dude. Never talk about Fight Club, bro. Dang it. Exactly, bro. That's exactly what it was like. Oh man, that's funny. All right, let's let's talk about greed next. Whoever whoever typed that they're dealing, it's gonna be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it for sure. So, who said in here that they were struggling with greed? I'm not gonna put a poll up. You know who you were. You're giving up on IFEGs? Dang. Think a certain amount of greed is good? Okay. Why? It's more being a sore loser than greed for me. Terms of R, what's a good profit target? I I don't know, man. I genuinely don't even think about that. Like, I just take my trades and set my limits, and the R is kind of just whatever it is. I don't try and give myself too much to aim for, because then I pressure myself to get there rather than just trading the model and letting it get there on its own. So I try not to think about that stuff. You know? And I start, like, for a while I was focused way too much on win rate. And, like, that was making me not take trades because I was like, dude, I'm only taking light bulb setups because I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. But then, like, I'm seeing, A setups that I could have easily taken go for 30 points. And, that was annoying after a while. Exactly. So you got to play the statistics. So, bro, Vert is everywhere. Yeah, and Vert, I will say this, if you're struggling with that right now, I don't know how much you're like risking per trade, but you could try and cut that down. And I think you'll be more willing to take more trades. Yeah, risk like 150, bro. And yeah, and if it looks good, just take it if you like it. And then you won't be hit so hard by the loss if it does lose. You know? Like if you're watching the charts and you're feeling like you want to be taking more trades, well then just size down so that you can, because you need to allow yourself to be able to trade more times, right? Like if you do take the loss, you need to be able to trade more after that. So don't lose a lot. Yeah, this works. My love. 30-day follow rules challenge that I have on my trading desk. That's the only thing I care about right now. Not yeah. And that's where I'm at too. Like, I've been just taking my trade, win, loss, break even. After that, I just walk away because I'm like, well, I'm going to follow my rules. And my rules are one trade a day. And it's hard because sometimes I'm like, dang, I could have taken a setup later, but that's just FOMO kicking in. I'm not here to make as much money as I can every single day. I'm just here to do my job and do it right. Risking 5% to get 1%. Uh, I don't know about that. You have to have a high win rate for that. Like a really high win rate. I don't know if that's the best way to go about it. Backtesting has not started. We're doing psychology stuff. I feel like IFEG is dying. Hey, and here's the thing. All right, I want everyone to read what Nightweed just said. I feel like IFEG is dying. I started supporting resistance and market structure, and I started making money and not only trade NQ anymore. So this is a prime time example of. Can anybody guess? Strat hop, okay. Ronaldo Prime, strat hopping impatience, squirrel. So here's my opinion. If IFEGs weren't working for him, and he switched to another strategy and he's making money now, absolute W. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't trade IFEGs then. Like if they don't work for you, don't trade them, bro. Trade what works for you. The point is to make money, you know, and find out what resonates with you the most. And if IFEGs, they're not working for you and something else is, then I would just keep practicing what is working. That's just my honest opinion. But, you know, if you're just like, give yourself time too, you know? Like don't hop strategies without like sticking to it at least a couple months in my opinion. Like give it a chance, you know? If you like find success doing one thing and it works for like a couple weeks and then you lose a couple times and then try and go back to IFEGs, well then that's not good. Do you think the market is really controlled by algorithms? I think there is an algorithm that is the way the market runs on, but I also think there is definitely manual stuff that happens. So it's not just an algorithm. But I don't know. Is Mama FX strategy good? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever watched a Mama FX. Oh wait, I did. The first Mama FX video I watched was the one a couple days ago where he said he was going to try futures. That's the only thing I've watched. So I don't even know what strategy he uses. How to overcome fear of losing? Risk less and allow yourself to lose more and just be okay with it. Like you have to lose to get over the fear of it, right? Do I do live trading daily? No. Yeah, Dodgy does. Um, yeah. Fear of losing. So, how long have you been trading IFEGs, crazy? Gotta realize where you are failing. Strategy or discipline, usually it's the latter. Yeah, a lot of times it's discipline. I love trading such a mechanical system rather than just trading off discretion. I agree. Oksana, what about 5 to 10% of TTDD? Wait, what? Of total drawdown? 5 to 10% of total drawdown? Where's my calculator at? So if you have an account that's $2,000 in drawdown, right? And you risk 10% of that. That's $200. So that gives you 10 losses in a row, right? Before you'd blow the account. I feel like that's reasonable. Yeah. Think Forex funded a concert. So the best audiobook of all time that I've been getting into right now is Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. Holy. Risking 1%. What about 8 losses? So it just depends on each person, right? Are you the type of person that can handle losing that much? You have to find out what is going to make you most comfortable. I will 100 that. Oops. Yeah, what Amy said. Sorry, I'm distracted because there's a lot going on. I think I'm going to start a job at McDonald's. Told me perfect setup. Maybe something you never take. That's okay. Works. So, I think we can. Who in here overtrades? Law of attraction? I have not. Inside airport. I undertrade one. Who here is profitable? Define overtrading. That's a good question. So, there could be different forms of overtrading, right? I feel like overtrading could be, and it depends. So, it really, really depends. I think overtrading is like more similar to like, it's bad if you're like, it. So some people, who is it? There's a trader. Who is it? Amy knows who he is. His name's Hidalgo, right? You guys know Hidalgo, right? I think Hidalgo's been around here. Hidalgo literally takes more than 5 trades a day, and it just works for him. That's what he does. But he has a lot of experience. So, I think, yeah, it's Hidalgo. So, I think overtrading would be relevant to a person when it becomes that you're taking trades based off your emotions. That's overtrading. If you have a system that you're executing and that's what you're doing, well, that's not really overtrading. That's you just taking probabilities and trying your model. But when you're taking trades because of how you feel and not based on anything else, I feel like that's overtrading. And I'm not saying that you can't have emotion, because obviously we're all going to have emotion while we're trading, but it's got to be how you handle the emotion. If your emotions are making you take more trades than you should, that's not good. If your emotions are making you size up because you're trying to make money back because you took a loss before that, that's not good. You have to walk away, bro. Revenge trading is the worst thing, dude. It's literally so hard. And you know what? I will say this. There are ways that you can lock yourself out of your account after one trade. Like, they have platforms where you can lock yourself out. Or like lock yourself out after you've lost a certain amount. And if you know that you can do that stuff and you're not taking advantage of it and it's a big problem, well, how bad do you really want to fix yourself then? Like seriously. If it's that bad, to where you just keep failing over and over and you keep revenge trading over and over and over and you cannot stop, while they have platforms that you can put settings in to make you not do that, Dude, then you don't even want it that bad. Oops. And that's just me being real. What the hell? And started paper trading. Yeah. I mean, if you hit your loss limit for the day and you want to keep trading, just trade on paper. So I took a loss earlier, then took a huge win today and wasn't able to copy trade. So I feel like this week was still a loss, which sucks, but trying to think of it like I could have not even caught something. Okay, but Hutch, are you or are you not going to be here tomorrow and all next week and the week after that and the week after that and the week after that trading and trading, right? So who cares if you're down this week? That's part of trading. Traders will have red weeks. Traders will have green weeks. Traders will have red months. Traders will have green months. It's part of the journey, unfortunately. That's why it's so important to manage your risk so much, because you give yourself a chance to go on losing streaks and still be okay. Like, it doesn't hurt you so bad. You know? That's why it's so underrated. Managing your risk is underrated. Win rate, RR, dude, forget all that stuff. Just manage your risk and trade the model, and I guarantee you'll get more out of that than caring about the other stuff. I didn't even want to try revenge trade because that's where I'm at. Seriously, when I get in, like, dude, I took a trade. Took this right and was aiming for this swing low, and literally was like 20 points of profit and got break evened. And bro, it was so hard not to keep trading after that, dude. Especially to watch it come down and hit my TP right after. Like, dude, we've all been there. Like, no matter who you are, you go through this stuff. And it freaking sucks. But, like, after this, I shut it down and walked away because I know that's what I have to do. Otherwise, I will keep making mistakes, dude. And I just can't. Like, it's just better. It's just better when you just trust the model and just call it a day and just stop. Like, bro, that was so brutal, dude. Look at that. Two ticks away from my TP, and I got break even, bro. Like, that's this is what trading is like, though. I'd rather be break even than take a loss. I know I didn't win. No, and I should have. In fact, I told Amy that. I was like, next time that happens, I'm trailing my stop up like 12 points because I'm going to secure my $100 at least. Because that sucked. That came all the way back, and that was brutal, man. I was like, I walked out in the living room and just sat on the couch and was all, I just took like the roughest break even of all time. And I'm sitting there like, feet kicking on the ground. Like, I'm like, oh, it's so irritating, bro. And I'm just looking at Amy like, dude. Dude, so you guys are not alone. Trust me. It happens, dude. But all that matters is what you do about it. And all those emotions that I was feeling, I still didn't come back in here and trade some more. So that I'm more proud about that than the result of the trade, to be honest. That shows more growth than caring if it hit my take profit or not. Like, I'm following my plan and sticking to my rules, and that's all I gotta do. Dude, it's so hard. Dude, especially like when you like when you get break even, bro, and then you're like done for the day, and then you look at the chart later and just see a banger set up, and you're like, well, then you start telling yourself, I should have just waited. Wish I would have waited. Wish I would have waited. Oh, no, I got impatient. But I mean, dude, it just happens. How many SVJs can you buy right now? 0, bro. The only thing I can buy is McDonald's applications. What do you think about being so afraid to hit stop loss that you don't even take trades? You need to size down. Poo guy, you need to size down. Because then you won't care if you stop out. XP, yes. Heart emoji. Wasted my mental capital on that trade. Then this shows up and I was way hesitant. Yeah. And mental capital is way more important than your account. Because your mental capital being in check will lead to your account being alright. No, non-trading people don't get. Right now I trade 5 micros. That's how many I've been trading, Poo Guy. I've been trading 5 micros and doing a maximum 15-point hard stop loss. And then if my play starts working, I will drag my stop loss closer. Added jokes, yes, but if I don't take a payout in the next 4 days, I'm gonna have to get a job. Is that a hard stop with a... Yep. And Rocco, here's what I'll tell you why. Because I've been journaling and screenshotting and putting all my trades over the last 8 months, 9 months, all in one place. And one night I sat down and I went through every single one of these and wrote down the data on how many times my winning trades went 15 points in drawdown, and it was like basically never. So I'm just going off that data alone and saying if I get in a trade and it goes 15 points against me, then it wasn't the trade I should have taken, or it wasn't a winning trade for me. So I'm just willing to risk less by doing that. It makes me feel comfortable because I don't have to worry about losing more than I want to. And I can just keep risking. I don't have to adjust my sizing because my stop loss is always the same amount. So it's just easier. Any recommendations of a journal? And then, wait, hang on. Let me say one more thing about this. And then for the 15-point stop loss thing, now, if it does stop me out, but the play doesn't technically fail and it still starts working, honestly, I would rather go through that than risk losing more than I want, if that makes sense. Can I tell you? Wait, let me go back. Any recommendations for a journal? Sometimes I use pen and paper. Sometimes you can find like a few friends that have similar goals, and you can all get in one place and you can have a daily journal channel for yourselves. Like, don't make trading a super lonely journey, because it really can be. Like, find a squad of people that you have respect for and you have similar goals, and keep each other accountable. Like, literally. It helps a lot. Because then... But the thing is... Hey, yo. But the thing is you have to be honest. Like, you have to find people that are all willing to commit to being honest and being real about the tough times, because otherwise it's pointless. Like, share your losses. When you're feeling greedy, go to your channel with your friends and post, hey, y'all, I'm feeling mad greedy and I just want to share that because I'd rather share that than do something stupid. You know? Do I have a girl? Yeah, Amy. Amy is my girl. She's in the other room. We both took 3-minute shorts together at the same time. It was great. I overtrade. I overtrade and blow my account while the price is ranging. Can you help find ranging targets? Or can you help find ranging trades? If you're gonna take ranging trades, have you have to do hard take profits and they have to be small. Like if you're gonna take ranging trades, just go for like 10 or 15 points, bro. If you're trading within a range, I mean, how to avoid them, then you gotta wait until we have displacement out of the range. Wait, if you know that we're ranging, right? Zoom out to a higher time frame and find an external low. Like, so like, just for an example, this is the 5 minute chart, right? Here's the 1 minute. So yeah, it's possible you could probably have found an inverse setup in here, right? But to avoid doing that, you could wait until you could zoom out, find a swing low that stands out to you, and then wait for that to get hit and look for a setup off that. Like you gotta wait until you see aggressive displacement and we sweep something. This is not, like this is just rangy, right? But when we sweep a low, then you can get something better. This might not be the best example because it's all-time highs, but whatever. Yeah, for sure. Could you explain the 30% rule on Apex 50K? 300 away from passing my first. There is no. Oh, you mean the 30% rule on funded? How long have I been with IFEGs? Since last July. So 1 year. Pretty much 1 year. I started learning them last July. So once you're funded, the 30% rule just means that no matter what your total profit balance is, you can't make more than 30% of that in 1 day. So if your account balance is at $1,600, then your biggest day cannot be more than $480. And if it is, you just have to make a little more. How much do you risk per account? Also, do you risk more on evals to pass them quickly? Dude, low key, I like full port evals, and I like usually try and pass them in like 2 days or 1 or 2 days. But I don't like trading like that. It's not cool. But then no. Oh yeah, I've traded. On PAs, I've only been risking like $150, but I think I'm gonna up that to $300. Do I remember how I traded my first funded? Yeah, like a complete idiot. Dude, I got my first funded and thought that I knew what I was doing, bro. Like I got my first funded and was just taking every trade that I wanted to, and I was like way over leveraging too. I was doing like two minis on 50Ks, bro. And I would take a loss and get so pissed, dude. Yeah, dude, I I did too. I was copy trading too, cause I had no idea, bro. When I started trading, dude, the Apex was just always doing 90% off, and so I just had like seven of them, and I just kept blowing them all at the same time. What advice would you have for a trader about to break through their break even phase? To not change anything that you've been doing and keep being as consistent and doing everything the same as you possibly can. That's why I've been really enjoying using a hard stop loss because, as we all know, how IFEGs, the model works, it's a close back above or below, right? But when you do it like that, I feel like it's hard to manage your risk properly, and I don't personally like that. So I've been using a hard stop loss because I like it better. Good question, Amy. 15 points is my initial hard stop loss, and then as the play starts working, I drag my stop loss closer. What's your A plus setup that you never leave, and can you show them? I mean, an A plus setup is always going to be. An A plus setup is always going to have what? A liquidity sweep, delivery. Here we go. This is A plus. Okay, so we have LRLR above. We have a sweep on this low right here. We have an SMT with ES because ES did not sweep this low, and we have delivery from a higher time frame gap to the left. So this is A plus. This gap might not have been that obvious, but mechanically it's A plus. It's literally a checklist. Bro, Amy sees me. Bro, Amy literally has been like, don't do it. She'd literally be like, don't do it. Sees me walking away, just shaking my head, bro. Just feeling all antsy, ready to just trade. Because sometimes I'm like, dude, this is about to dump. And I'm like, I'm just going to get in. I don't care. She's like, no, no, no. How did you calculate your hard stop, and would you recommend it? I calculated my hard stop by going over 7 months worth of execution screenshots. Tradeify as W. So I have one channel that I have trade screenshots in from December, and I went through all of those trades and just did the data, and I realized 15 points is all I need. If it goes 15 points against me, it was always a losing play. So does that mean don't trade during high volatility? You can, but just size down. Size down, and because you have to give yourself a bigger stop loss if it's crazy volatile sometimes. So you might just have to size down. Just depends. The checklist is liquidity, sweep, good targets like LRLR, delivery, singular gap, and an added bonus is an SMT. Same man. I have my first funded, and I get fear when I take a good analysis. For example, I get the same recap setup on my own, but don't take because if you're scared, then you need to size down. You need to size down a lot. Yeah, I have twins, man. They're already enough. And when you get your child, yeah, dude, sometimes they come in here when I'm on the charts and they look mad interested. I can't lie. I have twins. They'll be 7 in October. Oh wait, and also you can another added bonus would be macro time, obviously, but. If you notice everything is an A plus setup from momentum, DOI, FEG, but there's no sweep, but the sweep is replaced with an SMT, would you still take it? Yes. I love taking SMT setups 100%, dude. Especially if it's a really good one. Yeah, it's a sweep, but it just might not be on the sweep. It just might not be a sweep on the chart you're looking at or the chart you're trading on, right? But if there's an SMT, that means the sweep happened over here. So there is a sweep somewhere. All right. I think we should take a few trades. You guys want to do that? Probably not going to stay on much longer. That went way longer than I thought. I use Take Profit Trader, My Funded Futures, Alpha Futures, Apex. What's the other? Oh, Tradeify. Yeah, I like Alpha. Their activation fee is a little expensive, but they're good. No Top Step, dude. They got rid of Tradeify. You'll never catch me on Top Step again. How many accounts in total you got? I think like 10 PAs and then a couple evals or something like that. I don't have a lot going because I don't need it. Yeah, F Top Step. Agreed. That was such an L move for them to do that, dude. No live trades. Yeah, dude, that was super L. What time frame IFUGs do you use most time? 1 minute, 2 minute, and probably 3 minute. I haven't been using the 30-second as much, but I do occasionally. No, I don't have a live account. I'm not ready for that. Proper sneaky. I mean, I guess I don't want to say that. 5 minis is legit. How much do you need to make 150K in funded to get a payout? I mean, it depends on the prop firms, but I think it's like 9K. Yeah. Anyone trying to cash at me 50K for a live account? Bro, bet. It's next level for psychology trust. Yeah. Apex, I think it's 9K. So then if you want to take the full payout, you probably have to make... Well, once you got the payout, you'd have to make whatever the trailing drawdown was and then more after that. I don't think you'd have to make the full 9K before you take payout. Because I don't know what the caps is on all of them. The only reason I have fear is losing the account. I'll never blow a live account. Yeah. Oh, so it'd be 5,100 because the drawdown is 4,500, right? So it'd be that plus the safety net, and then you'd have to make the extra if you wanted to take out the max payout. Yeah, you'd have to make like another 2K if you wanted to take out the whole thing. Yeah, Alpha is great rules for fundeds, and on the advanced accounts they do. Are we? Dude, you guys, no way we gotta. Okay, we're not at all-time highs here. Cool. All right, looking at the 4-hour chart. I have them too. Oh, I forgot about them. Dude, I forgot about them. They're not bad. Their funded rules are kind of weird, but I don't know. I've never gotten a payout from them. Amy has. Amy's been paid by them. Dude, you guys, we've been live for a long time. We're not gonna take that many trades, to be honest. What do you like more as prop firm? Take Profit Trader is the best prop firm when you get funded. Because as soon as you're over the buffer, you can take out daily withdrawals. 5. And they let you have 5 live accounts too. Like if you do decide to move to live, they let you copy trade 5 live accounts. That's kind of sick. And if you blow your funded, you can actually pay to reset them. It's a little expensive, but it's better than doing the whole process all over again if you can afford it. Take Profit Trader. MFU, yeah, they're starting to do 5 too. Yeah, Apex, if you know what you're doing and you just go 20 and you're like consistent, it's the best leverage you can get. You just have to be really consistent and not ever lose a lot or make a lot. You just got to be consistent. So looking at this 4-hour chart on we're gonna start some back testing because I'm only gonna stay live for 30 more minutes probably. Looking at the 4-hour chart here, this gap is holding. Yeah, Monkey. I've literally said that exact same thing to Amy. Apex is beginner price but expert rules, so they're hard to deal with sometimes if you don't do it right. They'll deny you for stuff that you'll be like, what the hell? And if you guys were here last time, MFFU is great. I have them too. They're great, and they have now automated payout systems, so it's supposed to be a lot better. Dang, you guys. Listen, do you guys want to back test or we can keep chatting? But I'm not going to stay on long enough to do both, to be honest. What's the difference between Apex and Top Step? Back test, back test, back test. All right, if you want to know the difference between Apex and Top Step, just go there. But I will say Top Step got rid of every platform. They're getting rid of every platform except for Top Step X. So if you like Trade or Ninja Trader or anything else, you can't trade those with them anymore. So I wouldn't really recommend that. But if you like Top Step X, then obviously do you. All right, so we had this dump. We swept this high here, dumped down, tapped in this 4 hour, and we've basically just been chop, 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 chop in this 4 hours. I mean, it's not bad. I've used Top Step X. It's not bad. ES. Things look a little uncorrelated here. If we look at the 4 hour charts on both, see how ES is inside this gap, this bearish gap, and NQ is kind of just looks like might be putting in an OB. I'm great. How are you? But this 4 hour gap below is holding price up, so I'd like to think we're long bias here. What do you guys think? As long as this gap is holding price up, I'm going to be looking for longs. If we close below this, then I'd be bearish to here. So ideally, we'd want. Look at this, is awful. Yeah, this is recorded. Bullish, but yeah, it's. We could probably go either way here, but this is really choppy and doesn't look very correlated with the ES. Zooming out to the 1 hour. Now this does look a little bit more correlated, except for here. So, looking for longs, but open to other setups if it looks good. This is the place where, yeah. So here's a good example, right? This has been in the same 120 point range for, hours and hours and hours, right? So until something external gets swept with some good momentum, it's hard to find good entries in here because we don't leave this range. Like, we hit this range and just stop. This is March 23rd, 2024. Let's not start at Friday or on Friday at 2 p.m. How about that? Okay, so this is Monday, 8:30. No news candle on Fort, but let's zoom out again real fast. So now this is looking obviously bullish, right? ES inverse this gap down here and has just been ripping. ES also inverse this. Right? So, it's definitely still looking for longs. It's not all-time highs. See, we're actually in discount from all-time highs, really. So for sure bullish right now. Let's go to the 1 minute. So if we're bullish, what do we need to see to get an entry? Sweep. Displacement down. Retracement. Yeah. Yeah, right. So if we draw this, we're a little overextended here. Okay. We didn't sweep this high up here. Let's see if we have a SMT. What was that, the 5 minute? So we do have a bearish SMT right here. Okay. So I'm gonna mark this out just so that we know this is still something to keep in mind. So, but higher time frame delivery definitely seems bullish to me. So I would rather look for something like this. Right? Minimize ES. Wait. If you hold Alt and click on MQ. Wait. Oh my gosh. Bro. Somebody give this man a gold star. So, ideal scenario would be come down, sweep these lows, tap in a discount, and get along. So let's look and see if we get that. Dude, that was crazy, Trade Boy. You just blew my mind with that, dude. Okay, so coming towards these lows down here. Oh. Well, let's see if we got something obvious here. So we do have this 5 minute. We technically didn't hit discount yet, but we do have delivery and I guess kind of sweep here. I mean, we didn't get the close yet, but yeah, and it's also not singular too. I think I'd rather wait for discount. Yeah, we're not. EU. About 20 minutes to open. So ideally, we just kind of keep building this LRLR right here, right? And then open, we get a Judas swing down, sweep the lows, and then get along. But this is really choppy still. Okay. So there's open. All right. So here's our manipulation down. Bro, don't do that. Okay, I hate that. That's unfortunate, but we'll just keep playing. It's fine. 15 second? No, bro. We are not going to backtest the 15-second chart. Yeah, 30-second max, dude. So, and sometimes this happens, right? Sometimes when we sweep or when we drop down into discount, it chops. Okay, what is this, bro? Okay, what about this? That's like a 5-point gap. Oh, wait, it's invalid. Never mind. Yeah. I didn't see that wick. Okay. So, I mean, price is doing what we wanted it to do, but it's just not really giving us any entries, right? Like, this is checking off everything that we wanted, but I'm not, unless you guys see something I don't, but I'm not seeing any good setups here. The only thing we could have taken was a 30-second, but it went invalid because it wicked up and took these highs. So, yeah, maybe that would be ideal, right? Does anyone not know what a confirmation setup is? So confirmation setup would be like if we come up and come back down and then get another inverse up, delivering out of this. Okay. Or, you know. Or not. Guys, I'm not seeing an entry. Yeah, there might have been another way to get in, but there was not an IFVG entry for this. That's unfortunate. It's probably just gonna pump too now. Ooh. Okay, so maybe this. So let me. So we did not break this SMT yet. So it's possible. I know we just swept buy side, but we still have this SMT up here to target. So maybe we do get a confirmation setup here. What, 30-second what? Short? I'm not shorting this. Okay. So we have movement, but no real gaps. This PA is not very clean. I mean, we do have this, but it's kind of mid. Yeah, we're not taking that. No way. Five-second banger. Right here, Bert. But then you have all this. I think it's all mid. Are you into martial arts? Yeah, man. Oh no, Amy, he's... Oh no, don't get me started! Bro asked me if I'm into martial arts, bro. Check these. Got so many, bro. Check it out. This is my favorite one. Junior Olympics. Yeah, Taekwondo. Alright, don't do that to me again. Dude, I went outside to grab the box and I'm pretty sure I could hear Amy yelling, "Don't do it! Don't do it!" Nice. BJJ's fire. So this PA is pretty mid. Maybe we gotta... Doesn't look bad. Oh wait, no, there's no gap. It does look bad. There's literally nothing, bro. Do you guys see what we're doing right now? We're showing impatience. Can you all see it? Yeah, exactly. We are searching for a trade right now. Okay, so here's this 3 minute. 2. So we're in this 30-second and this 3 minute. Do you look at your mouse when you're feeling impatient? Okay, buddy. So no inverse there on the 3 minute. We'd have to wait 3 more minutes. Dude, what happened to price? Okay, maybe we get... Okay. Alright. There's no way we don't get a setup right here. Look at all these equal highs, dude. Come on. Sweep this low and deliver out of here. Come on. Alright, what's going on? Dude, we didn't even sweep that. It's not... Let's see if there's an SMT. Oops. Oh my gosh, dude. Looks terrible. This is so uncorrelated, bro. This is not going to work. We do have an SMT. So ES is still holding this. You guys want to try it? I know, I said it. Bro, this is a sweep, dude. I don't know if that's a sweep, bro. We got the SMT, though. Okay. So I didn't see this. We do have this. Right? It's not like the greatest. And this gap is... Oh. And there's still a 1 minute right here holding 2. Dude, none of this is obvious, bro. I feel like if we take this 30-second, it's simply just to backtest and see if it works, bro. Otherwise, I don't like it that much. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. We'll try it light size. What do you guys think? I mean, I just don't really see the best break-even point. I don't like it either, bro. Maybe if we break this 1 minute. I think we get in now. If we're gonna get in, we gotta get in now. Let's just try it small size, you guys. Who cares? Try and go for the break of the SMT. So, we got the inverse here. We have an SMT. We do have delivery. All right. Got delivery here. We got good targets above. The break even is not super ideal. Yeah, let's wait for this 2 minute. That's probably better. Yeah, let's do the 2 minute. I agree. I can get behind that. Yeah. W. Yeah, this is why, like, dude, like, if we're sitting here having to freaking go back and forth about if it looks good or not, does it look good? You know? It's one of those things. Like, we had to analyze that so much to try and find a reason to take it, dude. Those are not ideal. So let's just see if we get something obvious instead. If higher time frame if higher time frame delivery is bullish, and there's a bearish SMT at the top, I like to use those as targets to get hit. So looking at the chart here, literally still nothing. Okay, this is better. Let's check the 2 minute. Nothing really. Check the 3 minute. Nothing really. We do have a 4 minute, but it's... Do people really use the 4 minute? I know I do. Delivery would be here. So we'll mark this out, but for some reason I don't know if we're going to get this. I would need it to be like... It needs to like shoot through this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Possible we're coming after this low. Yeah. Yep. Definitely a sell model. Rip. So this bearish SMT, this is why we marked it, because it's still holding, right? So now we just swept this low. This doesn't look... Yeah, this doesn't look like anything that we're going to bounce out of, to be honest, until we maybe hit down this 4-hour gap again. What's up, web carry? Yeah. I mean, it's 11. It's still pretty early. Or just chop. Dumped, sweep the lows, now chop. Yeah, this is... Okay, so we tap this 4-hour. Okay. Let's see how we react on this 4-hour. Let's also check It's also this. Dude, there's really good targets above, bro. You see this stair step? See this? Oh, man. Now it's lunch. Yeah, not ideally, bro. You don't want to do that. Because usually after a big dump and we sweep liquidity, there's usually accumulation after. And honestly, there's a lot of times there's another manipulation move too before we come back up. Come on, market, give us a V shape. Bruh. This is literally just chopping. No SMT or anything. This is just... Yeah. God damn it. Bro. Stuck on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, this is not. We still have this 4 minute. No close. So here's the inverse on the 4 minute. I don't know. I hate taking plays where we sweep the high to the left like that and then it triggers. They're so... I hate taking those, dude. Yeah, agreed. Let's just go next day. So SMT at the top still holding. This 4 hour also still holding. Looks like for some reason we do not want to go for this low. Check what happened from that setup. Which one? Oh, this. The 4 minute. So it did nothing. Oh wait, no, that wasn't it. I think, wasn't it this? Oh, it was this. So it literally just came up to here and then dumped. So break even. Yeah, we are. But we spent a lot of time talking about psychology and now my mental's kind of wiped. And we're getting choppy PA. So this 4 hour gap is literally still holding. So I'm still trying to find a long here. Yep. Just still chopping in this 4-hour gap, dude. I'm gonna fast forward to open. Wait. Gonna mark this out for now. Doesn't look like we're gonna get it. Shocker. Yeah, no delivery. I mean, it would have been mid if we got it, but. Man, I feel like I keep just wanting these setups to be good, and they just won't be. They're just not. I keep wanting them to be, dude, and then they don't trigger, or they don't do it. Invalid. No sweep. No delivery. We're just, bro. This is difficult price action, genuinely. Okay. What about this? Oh, wait. Right before open. Finally inverse this. Break even here. Oh, 1 minute. No SMTs. But this momentum is really good though. Pay for it. It's a monthly, or they have monthly or yearly, I mean. SMT is not a must for me, but if there's no good sweep and no good delivery, then it would kind of be good to see it, if that makes sense. I don't know. I think I do Pro Trader. Yeah, I do Pro Trader. The momentum is just market open. No, it hasn't. It's actually 1 minute till open, but this triggered is why I'm asking. Hey, but I mean, this is why we do it in backtesting, right? Because if it does destroy us, then it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we can do a stop loss literally right here. Just a 5-point hard stop. We gotta take something, man. Because I'm close to wanting to get off here, and we haven't taken any plays. I think you get wrecked. I do too. Yeah, we're just gonna try it, okay? We'll do a hard stop right here. Like, seeing it now, it's only a freaking 3-point gap, dude. Oh, God. This is actually really bad. We do have LRLR right here. Actually, It's funny. The more I'm looking at it, the more I don't like it anymore. But we're gonna try it. Half size. We'll see how it goes. No, that's so funny, dude. I can't lie. For real. Yo, no. That's so funny. Experiment complete. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly why you don't trade right before open, dude. For real. I want us to sweep all this, then look for a long. Pretty much. Target these highs. Dude, that was so funny. I can't lie. Is it okay to revenge trade when backtesting? Yeah, I'd say. Alright, so we just swept all these lows. This line right here is the low that I had marked earlier that I said it didn't look like we wanted to go for. Maybe we do want to do that now. See how we're respecting bearish PDRAs more than bullish PDRAs right now. That's so funny, dude. Oh my god. Okay, so there's this low. Let's see if this looks more like a soup or if we're gonna keep going. Eesh. So not the most convincing sweep, right? Let's see if we have an SMT. Where is it? How is this both 15-minute chart, bro? This is not correlated. Okay, so we have a gnarly bullish SMT. Here it is. So NQ took this low. ES is not even close to taking this low. Jeez. For real, might as well just get in. Oops. Bro. Wait, what is that? What is happening? Okay. Did the 4-hour close below? We got 25 minutes till this 4-hour inverses. This one that's been holding a lot. So if we inverse this, I definitely think we're going lower. Bro, why does this thing have like this line locked right here? What is happening? Yeah, unless we get something really obvious, I'm more curious to see what the 4-hour does. Yeah, this looks like it's going to close below. So, see how uncorrelated this is? And this has been like this the last like 2 or 3 weeks we've done backtesting. This has been so uncorrelated. Maybe we can get a 10 a.m. EU. Think we're bearish. Yeah, bearish till here. It's 4 hour inverse, so okay, there's that low. Yeah, literally. There's the low. Now I'm really, 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 really looking for a long because we just swept a 4 hour low. I know we just inversed the 4 hour, but I think there's another one. Let me see if there's something else down here that we could be delivering out of, because if not, then I guess this. Yeah, this does feel more bearish. Even though we swept this 4 hour low. I don't know. I guess. Yeah, I don't like any of this. Look at this. The only way I would want to take a long now is if we come back down again and manipulate one more time and get an entry from down here to target this. But this is not. I'm not longing into this. $30-minute. Yeah, just big gaps. 30-second. For what? A short? Where? This? Bro, what? Yeah. I was like, nah. 30-second short did print. This is what I was waiting for, though, was this manipulation down and then along, but... Yeah. Damn, bro. I think this is the next draw. Probably. Okay. You would short this? Oh, no. funny. I can't lie. So we just inversed this 15-minute up. Just hop in now. You guys want to? Stop like down here and try and go for like that. Dude. Okay. Maybe we get a short. Swept this high. Delivering out of here. LRLR kinda ish. Here we go. The 2 minute. The 2 minute looks a little better, maybe. Let's see if we have a no SMT. But this does look a little more correlated than it has been. Yeah, there's conflicting draws right now. Yeah, I mean, low key, I think we just try it and we can go break even here, maybe. But the only good delivery is this 1 minute to the left. Pretty bearish reaction out of that, but lunchtime after good aim action, I'd be sus. Yeah, I agree, but dude, this is what I was looking for right here. I'm not gonna lie, but it's whatever. Maybe we just take it light size and put our stop at the high here. Yeah, I wouldn't take it either, but yeah, we have a 1 minute, what could be a 1 minute protected high here because we swept this high inside this FVG and we got a bearish reaction. Yeah, we'll try it. I really don't like. There's no reason not to. It doesn't matter if it loses. Oops. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so there's the BE. We tapped into this 1 minute right here. And we did wick up. This is likely to go break even, but wait, hang on, reliable. Yo. This one? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Type 1. Yeah, chat. Type 1. Type 1. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Type 1. We all took it. Dude, no, bro, we all took it. I don't know what you mean. We're all green on the day already. Fourth of July trading day is already complete. We're good. He leaves? Okay, bro. Dude, what the hell? There's no way I put my headset on for that. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh right, this is just reliable getting his dodgy get back. That's what it is. He just that's funny. All right, let's see if we get break even. Yep. So break even play. Good try, good execution. That's fine. This 1 minute gap held like crazy. So we did sweep this low, but low key. Okay. So ideally, right? So ideally, we got these relative equal highs. We got this high up here. If we are going to want to look for a long, I would love to see something like this. Tap down into this BPR, right? And then look for something up. Kind of swept this. Okay. All right, so we tapped into this BPR. Maybe we mark this. It's pretty small, but yeah, I think if we rip through that, it's worth a try. Ugh. That is not what you want to see if you're wanting a long right there. Guys, she's making me get off. Guys, she's making me end stream. Chat, what do we do? One more play. One more play. One more play. Woo! Okay. If we inverse both these, we're getting in. Bro, really? Dude, come on, man. Take the 2 min. What 2 min? All right. We're getting in. Got the inverse. We're delivering out of this BPR. Swept this low and came up, manipulated, swept this low too. Delivering out of here. Good break even. A little trend liney. Yeah, you're right. But we're going to try it. And then we're going to end stream. We're going to go normal size. What do you guys think? Where's our B at? Here or this next one? Next one. Oof. Okay, we got to go break even here for sure, for sure. Yeah, we have to go break even now. Yep. So we'll break even there. Hopefully this keeps going. Bro! Are you kidding? Chat. Pain. That's it. No more trading today. No more charts. All right, everybody, remember psychology first. I'm new to moving stop to BE. When is it good to move stop to BE? There's a few good times it's good to move stop to BE. You move stop to BE if we sweep an internal high to the left or low, whatever it is. Or if you get in a trade, like say your entry is here, if we put in a high, come down like this, and come back up and re-sweep the high that got put in when you got in the trade, you go break even after that. Does that make sense? Yeah, we can see how it's going to play out. So literally we just went sitting through chop is what would have happened. Like we would have gotten break even 7 times. So, yeah. Yeah, this is just not the greatest. Okay. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. That's going to be it. And this will be uploaded in the live streams folder and on my YouTube. So either way, you can watch it there. If you're not in premium. All right. Peace.